Good morning, witches and wizards all over the world. Today we're gonna go ahead and talk about my favorite Slytherins, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you 5. So let's call it my top 5 favorite Slytherins, or the top 5 best Slytherins. I don't know what I'm gonna call it just yet, but let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I have a few that will kind of leave you breathless. I have some that you kind of expected already. And we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. So why don't you go ahead and sit down, grab some food, and chill out while you go ahead and get entertained by yours truly. Also, if you guys have not subscribed already, I post everything Harry Potter related, just like this video you are watching right now. So if you go ahead and subscribe, that'll be amazing. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the very first number 1. I'm not gonna rate it 1 through 5 as in least or to the best. I'm just gonna give you 5 regular Slytherins that are my favorite, and I'll tell you why they're my favorite. Alright, so starting off with number 1, I would like to say it is Merlin from the Slytherin gang. And if you guys, I'm pretty sure not a lot of you know who Merlin is, but a lot of you probably do know, just because they do say it a lot in the books and in the movies. Like, have you ever heard of Merlin's beard? Merlin's beard is basically a slang that came from Merlin himself. Basically, it's some old dude that had a really long beard. But he is actually one of the few who actually got taught by Salazar Slytherin himself, the actual founding father, one of the co-founders of Hogwarts, and actually the founder of the Slytherin house. So that's just pretty cool. He was one of the very few people who actually got taught by the founder himself. So yeah, I just thought I'd put him in there because he is one of the OGs in the Slytherin gang. Alright, jumping into number 2 is, of course, since we are talking about Salazar Slytherin, why not just include him as well with it? He's not only one of the 4 founding fathers of Hogwarts, he's actually the founding father of the Slytherin house as well. His house is actually very strict as to who they admit in the house. Obviously, he does want pure blood wizards and witches only. He doesn't want half-bloods, mud-bloods, or anything in that matter. But yeah, I just thought I'd put him in there because obviously, since we are talking about the Slytherin house, might as well bring in the great old founding father himself. Jumping into number 3 is, of course, Draco Malfoy. I put Draco in this category just because, although he is rather mean in the beginning, throughout the end, I find a little spot in my heart to feel bad for the guy because he's very misinterpreted throughout the whole movie. Although that obviously Harry has like the best teachers and witches to teach him and to show him the path, Draco actually doesn't have a good representation of like parents and what the right and wrong thing is to do. He's, to me, like one of the cool guys that just was never shown the right way to basically go about the whole ordeal in Hogwarts. So I kind of feel bad for him. So he was actually one of my favorite ones because in the end he obviously does end up helping Harry in a sense. You can say that he's trying to basically please his parents and all of that, and then in the end you can see him just like giving up and trying to like basically run away from the whole situation. Alright, jumping into number 4 is a guy that probably the movie watchers don't know about and the book readers might know about, and it's Albus Potter. He's one of the 3 kids from Harry Potter, and he's basically gets actually put into Slytherin house by the Sorting Hat his first time going into Hogwarts, and he finds out, funny enough, little fact for you guys, that if you guys haven't read The Cursed Child, he actually becomes best friends with Draco Malfoy's son, which is hilarious. What a plot twist that was. But yeah, if you guys have not checked out The Cursed Child, I recommend you guys to go ahead and catch it and read it, to go ahead and find that book out in your local Barnes & Noble and go ahead and read it because it is really good, and I hope they do a movie about it because it's a really good book. Although in a few other videos you'll find that I'm not a big fan of the book itself because I do have some parts of the book that I do not like, but all around it is a good book. Regardless, I recommend you guys to go ahead and read. Regardless, I'm actually reading The Order of the Phoenix right now, so I recommend you guys to just read, grab a book, and especially if it's a Harry Potter book, you must get a book and just read it right away. And I'm almost done with this book. I'm actually trying to finish this book before my London trip in January, so that way I could go into London knowing the bits and grits of everything that's happened so far. This is my second time rereading these books. They're amazing, and I want to jump into the Half-Blood Prince before this month, so that way I could just grab that book and take it over there as well. But yeah, let's go ahead into number 5. And of course, you guys should know by now my top 5 guy is Snape himself. He's my favorite character in the whole Harry Potter series, books and movie. He's just a hell of a guy. His character was amazingly done. His character plot amazingly done. So hats off to J.K. Rowling for even making a character such complex, I guess you could say, a very complex character, and it just flowed really good with the character, and with Alan Rickman playing him, it was just a perfect all in all 360. But regardless, that is my top 5 best Slytherins. I'll give you a top 6, or you could call it a top 5, and I added an additional one. So let's go ahead and give you a number 6 for you guys. Let me go ahead and give you a number 6, or a bonus one, just so that way you guys can be content with the number 6. And it has to be Professor Slughorn. I like him specifically because not only is he a genius, he's a really good teacher. Damn, I keep thinking of other Slytherins, and they keep popping up in my head, so I guess I'll do a number 7 as well. But number 6, Slughorn. He's a really good teacher. He showed Tom Riddle, or as they call it nowadays, Dark Lord, he who should not be named. He showed him how to do Horcruxes. So it's just like, all in all, he's a really good guy. He's actually one of the best Slytherins that have ever been in the Slytherin house. He's actually one of the guys who actually show, I guess, what a good Slytherin looks like. But yeah, that's why I like him. He was a really cool guy. Obviously, I'm gonna give you the number 7, or another bonus, I guess you could call it. Alright, so number 7 is Tom Marvolo Riddle, and Tom being his Muggle dad's name, aka the Dark Lord, aka he who should not be named. He has a lot of aliases names, but he's known as the strongest dark wizard in the wizarding world. I don't know what other nicknames the guy has, but he's definitely one of the strongest wizards, if not the strongest, aside from obviously Dumbledore. But he's very good at the dark spells, dark magic. So basically, like you guys should know, every witch and wizard doesn't even dare to utter the name Voldemort, just because it brings such a bad vibe and a scare to the wizarding world alone. He's a very strong wizard. Voldemort's obsession with pure bloods and keeping the blood pure of the muggles and the half-bloods and all of that grew to such an obsession that he wanted to wipe out basically everyone that didn't have pure blood genes in them. He's also a leader of the Death Eaters, which is basically a group of followers that follow him around and basically do whatever he says, which basically their main plan is to rid the whole wizarding world of muggles and half-bloods, and keeping the wizarding world pure as a pure blood descendants, I guess you could call them. He's basically the Hitler of the wizarding world, for people who don't know all these references. Well, it wasn't my top 5. I guess I'll just round it up to my top 7. But that's gonna be a wrap on today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, go ahead and make sure to like it up in the bottom. Like it up in the bottom. Like it up in the bottom. Without further ado, like I said, my name is Johnny Slytherin. Like I said in the beginning, if you guys are a die-hard Harry Potter fan like I am, I urge you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post everything Harry Potter related. And without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up on today's review. I am out of here.